It's very, very good. It's not overly cheesy, very creamy.
Okay, so I went in the grocery store and I found this, and it's got water, cream, butter, got some Romano cheese, but then we get into some of these enzymes. It's got skim milk. Then it's got Parmesan cheese in here. They aren't quite sure what to put in it. It's got cornstarch. Oh my God, it's got rice starch in it. And then spices, not what I wanted. Okay, so we're going to add our butter to the pan now. And we're going to go ahead and turn that on. So now we're going to add some heavy whipping cream to that and get those two combined. I know it seems like a lot, and it's only because it actually is. It's a lot, you're right. So we're going to add that to it. And we don't want this too high because we don't want it to curdle, so we're just going to kind of melt it together. Then we're going to add our garlic in there, then we're going to add our cheese, and then we're going to be about ready to eat. I know my wife will be happy about that. She's been waiting. If that doesn't look healthy, I don't know what does. This is the lowest calorie meal you could probably eat. And none of what I just said is true whatsoever. Please understand that. What we're going to do is we're going to heat this up and kind of simmer it to get it to thicken up just a little bit. But we're also going to use some of the starch from the pasta water to add in here to thicken it up more. And of course the cheese will thicken it up even more. There's not, a shortage of thickeners here, that's for sure. And what's funny is I'm setting that spoon there and I've got one of these right here, but I just don't want to have to wash it. So make sure you watch this. You see these bubbles around the edge here. It's getting a little too hot. We don't want that to happen. I want you to just simmer and thicken up just a tad bit. Okay, so it's come up to a little bit of a simmer there. It's starting to get a couple bubbles in there. So what we're going to do, go ahead and put that garlic in now. Stir, and then we're going to come back and follow up with our cheese. You're going to need the right kind of cheese. Now, if you go into any grocery store and you buy some Pecorino Romano, it's going to cost you anywhere from $16 to $28 a pound. But look here. At Costco, I found the Kirkland brand right here. Now this Kirkland brand right here sells for $8.98 a pound, only $8.98 a pound. So what I do is I buy this big chunk here. This one here cost me $14.53, and I cut it into cubes. I vacuum seal it, and this is good for, it says on here, 6 months. So I'm going to probably use this up in 6 months, and it'll save you a ton of money. Okay, let's go ahead and portion this up. And I just start off by cutting off one corner like this. Pop that out. We cut it into about portion size about that big. I don't know what that is, by the way. I just know it's about that big. Couldn't tell you how many ounces it is. Okay, anytime you want to make a sauce and you're putting cheese in it, you want to grate it real fine. So you get one of these box graters like this. Don't use that one, use this one here. It almost turns it like a powder. Okay, so we got the cheese all grated up the way we want. No matter what you do, there's going to be cheese around this cutting board. Just deal with it. This is cool. This is really cool. Scraping tool. You want to use this. Now, I used to have a lot of trouble with putting cheese in there and it getting all over the counter. But then I discovered something I want to share with you. Put the bowl over the cutting board. It's a whole lot easier. So that's what I do now. So we're going to go ahead and scoop all that up. Just a little bit. You're going to want that to simmer just a little bit to get it to thicken up. But keep in mind, we're going to use some of that pasta water, and that's going to help a whole lot. About time to get our pasta in. Since we're using fresh pasta, it only takes a couple minutes. Now we've got our pasta water here pre-salted. That's really important you do that, guys, if you want to have any flavor in your pasta, because pasta doesn't come seasoned. Now when you put this in, you want to make sure it's heated up real well, because this is going to bring down the temperature of that pasta super fast. And keep in mind, this only takes a few minutes, like 2-3 minutes, something like that. And like I say, this will only take a couple minutes, so you want to watch it real close. Give it a stir, make sure it doesn't stick. And it is almost done that quick. There. Remember, it will cook a little bit more. when it gets in the Alfredo sauce. Now you see how that's thickened up a lot now? Whole lot thicker. I'm going to put that secret ingredient in there now. And I mean very little tiny sprinkle of nutmeg. That's it. That's it. Barely any. Can't even notice it. Okay, I've added the pasta to the sauce now. I've given it a stir. I've given a little bit of that pasta water just to thin it out, just a little bit. And let's go ahead and plate that up. All right, we're gonna get that pasta in there now. What does that look like? How does that look? Nice and cheesy. I don't know if this could be enough for my wife. She really likes this stuff. She's laughing because she's behind the camera and she knows it's too much, but it's for a picture, so we have to do it. All right. Okay, guys, how does that look? Does that look good or what? Now, the good part, time to eat. Okay, my wife's gonna give it a shot here and see what she thinks of it. She thinks it's hot, but there's no seasoning to make it spicy. Oh, she means temperature, I see. What do you think, Jessica? Honestly, come on, honestly. This is YouTube, you can only be honest. There's no lying on YouTube.
It is very, very good. It's not overly cheesy, very creamy.